Hello, this is Justin, and this video is top 10 reasons to read more. So reason number 10 is reading makes you calmer and more relaxed. And there's a lot of research that has shown that reading as an activity lowers your blood pressure and generally just makes you a calmer and more relaxed person, and that's good for your health. The number 9 reason is reading improves your language skills, and this is very important because we humans are social animals, and if you are able to express yourself in different ways and have a bigger vocabulary, you'll be considered more eloquent, you'll be considered more charismatic, people will trust you more, people will respect you more, and people will look up to you. So having better language skills is very good, and you'll also be able to express yourself in many different ways and really communicate very well to other people, which is very important as social animals. Number 8 reason is reading enhances empathy, and particularly this relates to reading fiction. When you're reading fiction, you're dealing with a lot of complex characters and a lot of subtleties, and you really have to empathize with the characters themselves, which improves your empathy skills. And scientific research has shown that reading fiction particularly improves your theory of mind, which is the ability to understand other people's mental states. And again, we are social animals, so this is extraordinarily important because you have to be able to understand other people's perspectives to really do well in life and also to live life normally. If you aren't able to empathize with other people and understand from what's going on from their perspective, you're not going to be successful with relationships, you're not going to be successful in friendships, in business, because business is all about working with other people. In producing and making money, because making money is also about delivering a gooder service to other people. You need to understand what other people want. And yes, you could be in a technical job, but at the end of the day, you are usually working for someone. If you're working for your boss, you need to understand what's going on from his perspective. And if you're working for yourself, you have to understand what's going on from your customers' perspectives and what they are looking for and what they want. So reading enhances your ability to understand other people's mental states and understand what's going on from their perspective, which is very important in life. Number 7 reason is reading develops your analytical skills, and that goes for reading both fiction and nonfiction, because you are analyzing the information that you are reading and you are figuring out what's going on. So it trains your brain to develop better analytical skills. Number 6 reason is reading improves your focus and concentration. In this day and age, we are living in a time where smartphones dominate our lives, and so many people are on their phones all the time and distracted. They get distracted from notifications that pull them away from real life onto their phones, and people are losing the ability to really focus and concentrate. But reading inherently is an activity that requires focus and concentration, because you have to stick yourself into the page and read the words line by line, page by page, and it requires focus and concentration. And if you read more, you will develop these focus and concentration skills, and your brain will be more able to focus and concentrate. If you don't read, then if you live in a modern society, in a modern country, a first world country, you'll probably have your smartphone, you'll probably be distracted all the time, and you won't be able to focus and concentrate. So reading allows you to practice focusing and concentrating, and that has many benefits in so many areas of your life. Number 5 reason is reading improves your memory. And again, when you read, you are intaking a lot of information. Whether when you're reading fiction, you have to remember who the characters are, what's going on in the plot, and all the subtleties associated with fiction. And when you're reading nonfiction, you have to remember all the information that are coming together, because a lot of the chapters in nonfiction are related to one another. And not only that, but when you're reading, you are just feeding your mind with information, and that improves your memory, because if you feed your mind with useful quality information, your memory will naturally retain it, and not only will it retain it, but it will improve because it's being used. And like any muscle, your brain is a muscle, and you have to use it or you'll lose the ability to memorize as well as you potentially could. So number 4 reason is reading builds knowledge. And this is particularly for reading nonfiction. When you read nonfiction, you're reading something in an in-depth sort of level. So it really will build your knowledge up. And the reason why I'm able to talk about so many different topics that are useful to people is because I read a lot. And that really builds up my knowledge over time. And when you build up knowledge, you don't really lose it. Of course, people can be sometimes forgetful, but once you read something and it sticks in your brain for a while, even if you forget it for, let's say, even if you forget it in the future, it's easier to recall it when you are exposed to that information again. It's much easier to relearn something than it is to learn something new. So other than that, generally, you don't really lose knowledge. It just builds up over time and it compounds over time. And that makes you a smarter and more intelligent person over time, which is very good. So number 3 reason is that reading boosts creativity. And that has been shown with research that people who read books are more creative and flexible when they are solving different sorts of problems. And not only that, but they can think in different ways that people who don't read usually can't. And that's because reading as an activity practices your brain as a muscle, and when your brain is being used more often, it's more able to adapt to different situations and be creative about different things. So number 2 reason is reading increases intelligence. And like I said multiple times before, your brain is a muscle. You have to train it in order to build it up and to allow it to really improve and reach its potential. So even though your brain will never be able to, you will never be able to use all of your brain because your brain is such a powerful organ. The more you train it, the more of your brain you're able to use. And reading actually increases the synapses and connections in your brain. So it literally increases your intelligence and it increases your power in your brain power. And it's a mental workout. It keeps your brain active, it keeps your brain stimulated, and it also decreases the chance that you'll get Alzheimer's disease because your brain is being worked out all the time. It's being trained all the time that it's able to remember information better, so you're less likely to get Alzheimer's, but also it's just going to be much more powerful when you're training it all the time, and you do this by reading. And number 1 reason, the top reason why you should read more, is personal transformation. Reading exposes you to new ideas, it exposes you to new characters, new themes, new ways of thinking, and it transforms you as a person because things that you haven't even thought about before, you will be exposed to when you read new books. And it really can change you as a person. So that is all what life is about. Life isn't about just being born and being static the whole time, having the same intelligence, the same character, the same personality. Life is about growing. It's about changing and transforming yourself. And reading is part of that transformation because when you are exposing yourself to new ideas and new ways of thinking, you will naturally be able to see things in a different way, and you'll naturally want to become a better version of yourself, and you'll be stimulated creatively, and you will want more in life. You will dream more. You will be transformed, and you will be exposed to the ideas you read, and that will transform you, and it'll change you as a person, and usually for the better, because the more you read, the less likely you are to fall for lies and bullcrap, basically. So you'll be more aware of what's good and what you want, and you'll be more aware of what you want in life. So reading changes you as a person, and that's the top reason why you should read more. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell notifications. Follow me on Instagram where you can DM me, and follow me on Medium where I write about the same topics I talk about on YouTube. Until next time.